Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. My name is Ash. First of all, I'd like to apologize. I haven't been around as much this week. I haven't put up as much content as usual. I was at a conference for my grown-up real-world job, so I was away the whole week. And also one more apology is hopefully you won't be able to hear it too bad, but we have a really bad storm in the UK at the moment. It kind of has passed where I live now, and we're just getting the end of it, but last night it was so wild. It was completely crazy. Anyway, now all that's out of the way, on to the L Word. So this week I watched episode 3 of the original L Word, the first season. I think I mentioned this in my episode 1 to pilot review. Watching the show now gives me such a nostalgia hit, especially because I think I used to model myself way too much on this show. In the scene where they pull up in Alice's Mini, I had a Mini, my first car. It was the exact same as Alice's except it was red. I had the same Cartier watch that Bette has. I had the same cell phone. There's loads of other things that Free City, I had loads of Free City clothes and still wear them to this day. So I love that about watching these older episodes too. I'm going to do the same thing I did last week and kind of go through each character because there is a lot of cutting back and forth scenes. I'm going to start off with Alice, as she was the opening shot for the episode. So Alice is explaining about the chart in the beginning, and her whole arc over the episode is she goes to this vagina rejuvenation place to do a story about it. And a lot of people, they always say, oh, Alice's name used to be Alice Peters, or they changed it. I think that, well, I'm pretty sure that she was using a fake name to go to this vagina rejuvenation place. And also the medical secretary at the place is her ex, Gabby DeVoe, and she's brought up a few times throughout the series. I think season 6, we actually get her again on the show, and no one is a fan of her, obviously except Alice. She treats her like crap, and Bette and Shane and everyone just want Alice to stay away, but she obviously still has feelings for her, and they try and get together a few times, but Gabby stands her up and it's just a mess. But there's a lot of group scenes in this episode too, which I always love seeing them all together, and there's arguably one of the best, funniest group scenes in the entire series in this episode, but I'll get into that in a minute. Shane doesn't have a whole lot to do this episode either. She has that stalker girl from the second episode that she hooked up with, and she's still continuing to follow her. And at one stage the girl goes into the planet and she has like a massive paparazzi camera, and she's like taking pictures of Shane, and Marina like throws her out and says like, deal with your drama like outside of my business, basically. But you know, Shane's just carrying on as normal, and we, the audience, see the girl, following Shane a lot more than Shane's aware of. We get a good amount of Dana in this episode. They show her training a lot. The first mention of Subarus in this episode, where they're coming to watch Dana train to see if they can sign her on for some sort of campaign. And we also see Laura, the sous chef at the club that Dana trains at. This is her first appearance too, and Dana obviously immediately really likes Laura, and Laura is like sending food to her, and they haven't actually had a conversation yet, but Dana can't figure out whether Laura's gay or not, so she goes to the group to kind of ask them what they think. And of course there's the initial thing that we all kind of go through when we can't peg someone is, what are they wearing? You know, eye contact, I think that's the biggest one probably, nails, all those silly things. And they can't figure it out, so they decide as a group, Alice, Bette, Tina, Shane, and the 4 of them turn up at the club while Dana's having lunch, pretend they don't know her, and go and sit at a table and try and figure out whether Laura's gay by, I mean, it's one of my favorite scenes. I think it's hilarious where they've like got the flip phones out, and that Alice has like the little headset on, and they're like taking notes, talking about what she's wearing and her shoes, and like Bet is saying, oh, she got some good Leslie points for her walk and the way she wielded that chopping knife, and it's just a really, really funny scene, one of my favorite scenes. And Bette and Tina kind of make out to try and see, does she take notice, is she like shocked, and she kind of has a neutral reaction to it. So of course they decide to send in Shane, because most women obviously have a positive reaction to Shane, and she's just completely neutral. So they come away thinking that, you know, Laura's straight and there'll be someone else for Dana. But in the end, they're in the locker room, Dana and Laura, after Dana's just been told that Subaru want to work with her. And Laura kisses her and basically says, in case you were still wondering, which makes it even funnier that obviously she was aware of what was going on. Again, one of my favorite scenes in the show. Just every character was just completely on point and really funny. Which, the L Word, they don't do a ton of comedy, but when they do, it's really, really top notch and like pretty funny. Onto the Jenny, Marina, Tim storyline, which we don't get a huge amount going on in this episode. Most of the Jenny scenes are the weird writing montages where she's writing at the computer and we see her thoughts playing out on camera, and it's one of the Sarah Schuster storylines. But Jenny and Tim have a dinner party, and Tim invites Marina without Jenny's knowledge. Jenny comes back from work and everyone's already there, and she starts freaking out about like what she's going to wear and the fact that Marina's there. And Tim obviously goes with, oh, did you have a falling out, or is there something wrong? And no, Jenny is more concerned about what she's wearing or how she's coming across to Marina. Jenny and Marina still continuing on. Tim is blissfully unaware, and we shall see more next week. One of the first scenes in the episode is Tina on a run and then her coming back and telling Bette that she wants to use Marcus Allenwood's sperm and do the insemination. So Tina says to Bette, basically, I'm gonna go to the sperm bank and get Marcus Allenwood's deposit, and let's do the insemination at home in our house, and no doctor's offices and all these things. There's a very hot scene later on of them doing the insemination, and I also think it would be a good educational scene for the heterosexual world to maybe watch that, because people have a lot of questions, and for some reason they always feel like it's their right to be able to ask people of the LGBTQ community about these things. So from now on, when people ask me about lesbians having babies and things, I'm going to tell them to watch this episode and they can direct their questions there. Overall, another solid episode. I really, really do like this episode. We get some good character development with Dana and the introduction of Laura. We also get a nice Bette and Tina scene. The Marina, Jenny, Tim love triangle thing continues on, and as I said before, the episode where they go to the country club is just fantastic. I think that's the best part of the episode. Overall, I'd give this episode a 7. I think it would have been a 6, but that scene alone just puts it up 1 point for me. I also have a community tab on my channel now, so I'll be more active on there. And also consider following me on social media. My Instagram is the.ash.silver. I'll put it up on the screen too, so that you guys can see even more L Word related content over there. And next weekend, along with episode 4, I will also have my Generation Q season 1 big wrap-up video finally done for you guys. So please let me know if you have any comments, questions, thoughts, or if there's any videos you'd like to see. Let me know as well in the comments down below or in the community tab. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a great week. Take care. Bye.